Welcome to Fantastic Vision. Please subscribe us before you watch today's video. Today we have to talk about something very exciting, which is inextricably linked to China's technological development. What's the matter? ASML, a Dutch company, is a big boss in the field of global lithography machines. Recently, it sent representatives to China again, and its goal is clear: to dump their 28nm lithography machines. China needs to think about this matter carefully. ASML's lithography machine technology is the world's leading. In the past, it was as difficult as climbing to the sky for China to buy their high-end lithography machines. Why? Because they have a technology monopoly and are unwilling to sell to China easily. China has also been holding back and wants to be self-reliant and develop its own lithography machine technology. Now, after so many years of hard work, China has finally made considerable progress in the field of lithography machines. China has reached the threshold of 7nm lithography machines, which is a remarkable achievement. 7nm is the field of high-end chips. China can reach this threshold, which shows that China's technological strength can no longer be underestimated. However, ASML seems unwilling to see China's progress. Seeing that China is about to emerge in the field of lithography, they suddenly sent representatives to China to dump their 28nm lithography machines. First of all, when China needed lithography machines, they refused to sell them. Now that China is about to develop, they want to dump them again. This is not the behavior of a merchant. Merchants must be honest and know how to seize opportunities. Now they want to dump 28nm lithography machines, but China no longer needs them. What China wants is a higher-end lithography machine, 5nm, or even more advanced technology. Besides, this dumping behavior has a considerable destructive power on the development of China's local lithography industry. If China imports a large number of their 28nm lithography machines, how can Chinese local enterprises develop? Wouldn't their efforts and innovations be wasted? China has always emphasized self-reliance and innovative development. If all Chinese people buy foreign products, how can they be self-reliant and innovative? Some people may say that this 28nm lithography machine is also quite good. Why can't we buy it? Hey, what you said is a bit one-sided. We have to look at the long-term development. Now China has touched the threshold of 7nm lithography machines. So what's the next step? It must be to move into higher-end fields. If China is now satisfied with 28nm lithography machines, won't China's technological progress stagnate? China must have ambition and its own pursuits, and can't always run behind others. Besides, this ASML company doesn't really want to cooperate with China. The reason why they want to dump 28nm lithography machines is nothing more than to get some benefits in China. They know that China now has a great demand for lithography machines, so they want to take the opportunity to make a fortune. However, China is not so easy to fool. China has its own technical strength and its own development needs. China will not give up its principles because of their little favors. So what should China do now? Hey, this question is actually quite simple. China should continue to adhere to the path of self-reliance and continue to support and develop its own lithography industry. China has already touched the threshold of 7 nanometers lithography, so the next step is to strive to cross this threshold and advance into higher-end fields. China must have its own technology and products, so that it can gain a firm foothold in the international market. At the same time, China should also strengthen supervision and management of foreign companies. They cannot be allowed to come and go as they please, and they cannot be allowed to arbitrarily disrupt China's market order and industrial development. China must have its own rules and principles, so that it can protect its own interests and development. If China does not buy ASML's lithography machines, will they impose a technological blockade or retaliation on China? Well, China does not need to worry too much about this issue, because the global economic situation has changed a lot now. Countries are interdependent and cooperative. If ASML imposes a technological blockade or retaliation on China, they will also suffer great losses. Because China is now one of the world's largest semiconductor markets, if they lose the Chinese market, their business will definitely be greatly affected. Therefore, China should now firmly follow its own path and develop its own technology. China does not need to be afraid of them or beg them. China has its own strength and its own pursuits. China believes that as long as China continues to work hard and continue to innovate, China's lithography industry will surely usher in a better tomorrow. Finally, China also has to talk about this international competition. The current international competition has become more and more fierce. Various countries are competing for technological leadership and market share. China, as a developing country, must work harder and catch up. China cannot always run behind others and cannot always be led by others. China must have its own ideas and its own pursuits. As long as China unites as one and works together, China's country will surely become stronger and more prosperous.